From the 1011 Now Alert Center, Star City Buzz.
Hi, everyone. Bill Renchler alongside Danielle Shank at the 1011 Now Alert Center for another edition of Star City Buzz. Plenty of fun things to see and do this weekend, Danielle.
Yeah, absolutely. Some related to music, some for a good cause, and spring football, which has a lot of both.
Yeah, we kind of got all spectrums going on. First one though, this is again a casino night. It's Prescription for Hope. This is again good cause. It's going to be at Scottish Rite Ballroom Friday night from 6 to 9.
Yeah, so this is through Clinic with a Heart, which their mission is to ensure vital health care for members of our community that are uninsured. They'll have professional dealers for this casino night, but if you are a newcomer or have no idea how to play blackjack,
baccarat or
things like that, they are more than willing to teach you.
And you do have to get tickets for this. So again, you can find that information through the link on our website again. But it should be a fun event. And then also another fun event. Again, this is something you'd find Chief Meteorologist Brad Anderson at. This is the Beatles Music Bingo happening Friday evening starting at 8 over at Boiler Brewing Company, their South Lincoln location.
Yes, and so, study up on your Beatles music. And that way you can make sure you're hitting the right things on your card, and the first one to yell that famous word of bingo as loud as you can.
And then happening Saturday, again, hard to believe it, spring game is here, again, with everything happening with Nebraska basketball. Matt Rule and his squad have really flown under the radar. Usually it's like, hey, what's going on in spring practice? Who's getting reps with the first team? And now it's been like, hey, how's Rink Mass doing? What's Price Stanford?
Conferences have popped up here and again, but it has been very quiet because we've been so focused on basketball, which maybe football's taking as a good thing because there's always so much off-season buzz around them, and maybe that helps relieve the pressure a little bit.
Yeah,
but I think this is one of the earliest spring games.
And they started early, spring practice early, and so again, usually I think you said it's like April. Usually is when we're doing this, but no,
seems like
late March.
Yeah, but the good news, I think they announced. The video went. We didn't have it on a loop. Wasn't playing long enough. But the good news is that the proceeds are going to go to the Nebraska wildfires. The response out there after those 4 different wildfires scorched about 750,000 acres across Nebraska, which is nearly 2% of the state.
Yeah, so good cause there. And again, hopefully you get some good football. Again, spring game.
And they'll have tailgates happening at Kincaidor and Beer House and other places throughout the Haymarket and downtown area. That'll be happening about all day long, starting before the game and then going well beyond. It's a 12-hour affair.
Chance to see Anthony Colandria in person. And then also happening Saturday, this is noon to 4. This is Collab Fest 2026. It's a weird mashup here.
Yeah, but it sounds super fun. No 2 Collab Fests are ever the same is what they're saying, and this is only the second Collab Fest that they've ever held. I'm not sure who was involved in the first one, but the second one has Howler House Comedy Club and Sideshow Spirits Speakeasy, and so they'll be creating a one-of-a-kind brew that exists for this one day only.
So you can get VIP tickets, only 50 of them available, where you can get in from noon to 1, and then the general admission, they only have 150 available, where you can get in from 1 to 4. So again, should be fun. Again, probably end up with some really good brews there. So again, that's going to be Saturday afternoon, and then happening Saturday evening. Looks like a lot of fun. Over at the Havelock Social Hall, you have the Mixtape Social, a 90s and 2000s party.
Yeah, our morning co-anchor, Megan Conway, suggested this to us. She sent this to us a while ago, and I kept it on tabs because I was like, yes, I love when people give us suggestions. So please do that. They'll have appetizers, live music, photo booth, some of those things that you mentioned, but a costume contest, 90s and 2000s theme. So make sure you're dressing up for this because who doesn't want to be a big winner?
No, that's right. It'll be from 7 to 11. Again, $30 for tickets. All the proceeds go to the Havelock Social Club. So, again, that should be a fun event. And, again, as we mentioned, there's tons of stuff happening this weekend. Again, Husker Baseball hosting Indiana. They're now ranked in the top 25. And then you have a top 10 matchup with Husker Softball. They're hosting UCLA.
Yeah, absolutely. And Lincoln Library is always doing some fun stuff as well, so make sure you check that out. Dueling Pianos is still going on over at Brewski's Friday and Saturday night. Men's tennis is playing.
Lincoln Stars only have a couple home games left this season.
And that includes this weekend with a doubleheader against the Chicago Steel, so catch that while you can. A lot of comedy shows, bands performing, things like that. and a jazz festival over at Standing Bear High School.
There you go.
You know, some fun things there, and some Easter egg hunts are starting to pop up as well with Easter right around the corner.
Week away, a little bit more than a week away. It does look like, again, the weather this weekend, there's going to be wind both days. Could be kind of windy on Saturday, breezy, not quite as windy, but breezy on Sunday. A low 60s Saturday, seasonal, but then near 80 on Sunday. So weather should be nice.
Yeah, and I mentioned this to Ben Houchin that my favorite debate is between the meteorologists deciding whether it's warm or hot.
It will be warm. It will be seasonal on Saturday. It will not be close to hot on Sunday. It will be warm. We're firmly in the warm.
Firmly in the warm, and you said a 90 and above is where
90
you
and above is
give
hot.
It that, slap the hot on there, and all
had
that
a couple of
7 day.
those. It's been one of the hottest marches on record. Not a fan.
Yeah, it's weird.
I don't like it.
It's something's brewing, and it might not be good. No, I'm not.
It could be. You never know. We'll have to find out.
You know, no more Arbor Day tornadoes. We don't need that again. But
thanks.
we almost forgot to mention your favorite. One of your favorite events that pops up here and again is micro wrestling over at the Bourbon Theater.
Doors open at 7 on Saturday, and the show starts at 8.
That just seems like such a fun time. You know, there's one of many unique events that comes to Lincoln. You know, you always have bands performing. You always have, you know, music things. But
rarely do you have
micro
wrestling, which, again, I've seen some of their ads pop up on my Facebook, so...
You know,
you can check out the ads on Facebook to see what exactly it is that we're talking about.
Yeah. Micro wrestling, or, you know, like when monster trucks come to town, it's, you know, things that'll...
I think they're coming in April. They're going to be here.
We'll have it on the calendar.
Yeah. And then also, you'll probably notice the Blue Jackets in town this weekend. You got FAA in town this weekend.
Oh.
So.
Yeah, Pure, I'm sure, has been talking a lot about
it. Oh, yeah. 100%. So, but yeah, plenty of fun things to see and do this weekend. As always, make sure you check out the full list on 1011now.com. So, hope everyone finds something fun to do this weekend, and hope everyone has a nice one.
You've been listening to 1011 Star City Buzz. Watch, listen, stream on the 1011 Now app on YouTube or wherever you get your podcasts.